Hello, Taos. Bienvenidos. Welcome to the Taoseña Award ceremony. I am going to remove my mask so that you can hear me more clearly. And each person who comes up after me will take off their mask right before they come to the podium. We are practicing COVID-safe practices. We have only a few people in the room, socially distanced, but it's so important for you all to hear directly from these wonderful women we're about to honor. So I want to thank Kit Carson Electric Cooperative for the use of their room. And Taos News is partnering with Taos Community Foundation, State Farm, Wanda, Lucero, Kit Carson Electric Cooperative, Taos Ski Valley, UNM Taos, and Taos County Chamber of Commerce to bring you this wonderful award ceremony. First, I would like to introduce Lisa O'Brien, the Executive Director of the Taos Community Foundation. She is going to be presenting a special award to a very special, beloved nonprofit in Taos.
Good afternoon. I have to say, first of all, thank you to Kit Carson Electric. Many of you can't see anything beyond the screen and the microphone. All I can say is there's an amazing green room out in the parking lot, and there are the most amazing group of women with the most beautiful masks. So if we could have just a mask demonstration, I think that would be incredible. I want to say Taos Community Foundation has been funding into community for many, many, many years, and women and girls initiatives have been a part of that. 3 years ago, we decided it was time to go big, and we went big. So we pulled together a group of women under the guidance of Lori Dunn, who was a board member at the time, and Helen Forte, who is our community outreach director, and we said, let's do this. So what we did is we relaunched what we now call the Women and Girls Fund Initiative. We decided we needed amazing women in town who would pledge money, make decisions collectively, and move money out to support women and girls. Last year, we gave our first Women Give annual award of $30,000, one-time award, and this is the second year. I tell you, we went out with a grant application, and of course, COVID hits, so what happens? Everything gets interrupted. We knew it was important to get that grant money out the door, so we moved forward, we moved that $30,000 out, and we also decided that we needed to get more money out to other programs that were serving women and girls. So along with the $30,000 award that we're going to announce today, we also did an additional $23,000 that went out to 4 organizations that included Community Against Violence, Heart of Taos, UNM's Taos, what's it called, Anita? I'm forgetting. Taos Education and Career Center, TECH, and also Taos Community Health. So an additional $23,000 went out this spring. One of the things that's really cool about our Women Give initiative is it's women coming together. So those advisors meet quarterly. They pay money into a fund, and they collectively decide where they want that money to go. This year's recipient of our $30,000 Women Give Award was presented to Dreamtree. I will tell you, we already gave them the check. We gave Catherine the check in March, I believe, because we knew the money needed to be out the door. I can't say enough about this application process. This grant application is to support a new initiative that Dreamtree unveiled, which is to support moms living at the shelter who need that additional support. So many of us as moms know we need that additional boost. So we're very proud on behalf of Taos Community Foundation to award our $30,000 Women Give Award this year to Dreamtree. I have to tell you, just because I'm here, Catherine Hummel is the executive director of Dreamtree. She's been an amazing leader there for 8 years. It's a 20-year-old organization. And I just personally want to say to Catherine, you are an amazing woman, you are an amazing leader in this town, and thank you for being such an anchor for such an amazing organization. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. We're so excited to receive the Women Give Taos Award, and it's going to go a huge way towards really launching our Dreamtree Families program. So we work with young families, pregnant teens, young moms, and their children, and the goal is to get them on their feet and have a great start in the community and in the world. And so this funding will go to an early childhood advocate position that we're now hiring for, and just supporting all the babies and toddlers. And at any given moment, we have between 6 and 10 babies and toddlers in our program. And most people may think of us as a teen organization and not know we actually have all these little ones now, which is really fun. So yes, we're so very excited, and we see great results from the program already. We have young women earning certified nursing assistant certificates, graduating from high school, enrolling at UNM Taos, and just really making their way with this extra support. And we just couldn't be happier than to be part of this program. Thank you.
Next, I am very pleased to introduce Anita Branges. She is the Strategic Support Manager for UNM Taos, and she will be introducing the wonderful 8 women that we are honoring this year as Taoseñas. And they are all featured also in our Taos Woman magazine. And you can find Taos Woman magazine at any place you pick up the Taos News. And you can also find it online at taosnews.com. Go up top to the magazine section, scroll down to Taos Woman. And I'm pleased to be honoring these women along with Anita in the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment, which gave women in America the right to vote. Most women, not all women, some women, many women of color had to continue to fight for that right, including in New Mexico. So it feels very fitting this week of the 100th anniversary to be honoring 8 amazing women of Taos. Anita?
Thank you so much, Stacy. And before we get into recognizing our awardees today, I do want to take a moment to thank Lisa O'Brien, the Taos Community Foundation, and the Women Give program, and to congratulate Dreamtree on their amazing, amazing work. UNM Taos is excited to get started on an apprenticeship program with them here shortly, so congratulations. I also want to thank the Taos News for the opportunity to honor and celebrate a few of the countless extraordinary women in our community through the annual Taoseña Award Ceremony. Thanks too to all the sponsors for their support to make this event possible. While we look forward to the day that we can come together in person to celebrate, we're grateful for the opportunity to do so today virtually, and give special thanks to Kit Carson Electric Co-op for making this space available for us to do so in a safe way. I also want to thank the Taos News for reaching out to me and allowing me to participate in this celebration. It's really exciting to be here for a number of reasons, but one of the least not being that in the first time in 5 months, I get to wear a dress today, and I'm pretty darn excited about that. So thank you all. So as we come together today to celebrate, honor 8 outstanding Taos women from all walks of life, we start our recognitions today with an accomplished literary artist. Since an early age, she was fascinated with language, with words and with sounds. Poetry, which started as a passion, soon became her vocation, and a successful one at that. Last year, she was named the 2nd Poet Laureate of Taos. Over the past 35 years, Catherine Strisik has done poetry workshops for children and adults. She is co-founder, co-editor, and consulting editor of the Taos Journal of International Poetry and Art, and continues to do private editorial services. She won the New Mexico-Arizona Book Award a couple years ago for her 2nd poetry collection entitled Mistress, which was published by the Incredible Three, a Taos Press. Her advice to all of you listening out there: surround yourselves with only those who offer encouragement. And to any budding artists and poets that are listening, write until you have ink stains on your fingers. Please join us as we welcome and congratulate the first of our Taoseña Award recipient, Catherine Strisik. Congratulations.
Wow. Thank you. So, thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is such an amazing, generous moment to be included in with 7 other Taos women chosen this year, some of whom I've known for decades because of them being teachers, or because we have children who grew up together here in Taos, or because I've taught in the schools in Taos where they work. And so our lives overlap again and again. I want to thank the Taos News, Taos Community Foundation, and the other sponsors for this honor. When I received a message in January from Scott from the Special Editions section, I was surprised and humbled, and thought I'd been hiding out pretty well all these years, not realizing that what I was doing as a writer, poet, was being noticed. I mean, noticed enough to be deserving of this honor. I didn't tell anyone for a week, so thank you. And always my deepest thanks to my family and to Somos that has supported me since the day I first dared to step out and give a public reading in the early 90s. I remember with my heart pounding out of my chest. A lot has happened professionally and personally since those early days, and I remain grateful to this community and my many poet friends over the years from all over the country, but particularly here in Taos, some of whom have passed away, who with me continue to believe in the necessity of poetry. Poetry is exuberant, exceptional, open-hearted, and courageous. With essential language, we attempt to bring to light the many silences we live. Poetry holds what can't be said. It holds and answers for me the thrills and mysteries on being alive. I'm going to end my thank you with this tiny yet profound poem that an 8-year-old student of mine in 2005 from Taos Day School at the Pueblo wrote in response to a prompt I provided to his 3rd grade class, and a reminder always to me as to why I love teaching poetry. The poem is titled Rusty, after a horse I had back then, and it's written by an 8-year-old boy who's now probably 27. Rusty. The white hair of the horse is like heaven in the sky. The fur of the horse is as if it was made from God's coat. Thank you very much for this award.
Thank you, Catherine, for your words and for your encouragement. So over the last several days, I took the opportunity to get away and do a little camping. And the only piece of homework that I brought with me was the notes in preparation of today's event. And one of the things that Catherine shared was in approaching poetry to write about the senses and what you experience, what you see, what you taste, what you hear, what you feel. And so I took that to heart, and during my camping trip, picked up a notebook for the first time in 10 years and actually started journaling and doing some writing again. So Catherine, thank you, and you continue to inspire. Our next honoree is someone who hardly needs an introduction, as she and her work are deeply embedded in the community. Formerly a banker and an insurance agent, she is a dedicated volunteer and community organizer. Ernestine Cordova has supported a variety of organizations over the years, including Our Lady of Guadalupe Church, the Pilgrimage for Vocations, and she's helped her husband, Francis, manage the annual Taos Feeds Taos food drive at the National Guard Armory since 1995. Although, having witnessed her work, I would say that Frances helps her managing that event. She has also worked very closely with Karina Santesteban in running the Taos Historical Society, and acknowledges Taos history as something as truly one of her passions and important to preserve. She has recently said, "I strongly urge friends and families to sit down with your loved ones and tell the stories that will preserve your family's history. Traditions are passed on by being able to talk about one's past so they stay alive with our future generations." And to that end, in 2013, they published a long-awaited history book, Taos, A Topical History, a book that was 17 years in the making. As if her volunteerism wasn't already a full-time job, Senora Cordova also works as a pre-needs counselor at De Vargas Funeral Home. She's a doer, in a word. She's an organizer. She helps her to wrangle the herd and make sure that things get done. These words she recently shared truly sum up Ernestina's life and her life's work. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. It's my honor to invite a woman who has been a mentor and a friend to me personally, and welcome Senora Ernestine Cordova to the stage to receive your award. Congratulations, and thank you for all you do.
Thank you very much. I would like to thank everyone for the honor of being recognized as one of Taoseñas of impact. Being able to serve the community in different aspects has played such a vital role in my life. The community of Taos is such a unique and beautiful place to live. My life has been blessed in this community with my husband Francis, and allowed us to bring up our children, Stephanie, Francisco, Yolanda, and Consuelo, learning traditions in our unique ways of life. I want to thank you, the Taos News, and to my family, my friends, and all of you here that have made it possible to continue to impact our community in a positive way. Over the years, I have been involved in many community events and organizations. I have been guided first and foremost by my faith and the values bestowed on me by my beloved parents. I thank God for my husband Francis, my children, my grandchildren, and also my siblings. It is nice to be important, but it is important to be nice.
Thank you so much, Ernestina. I've had the pleasure and the honor of working with Ernestina and her husband Francis and the team of volunteers through Taos Feeds Taos. And sometimes I think that's why I was named Anita, because as we're running through the armory, I'd hear her from the other side of the room, I need where's Anita? Because I need But she truly is someone that gets things done. So thank you, Ernestina, for your continued hard work. The next Taoseña that we celebrate today is someone who I have been admiring for some time now. Mother, dreamer, entrepreneur, she epitomizes all that can be accomplished if you have the confidence and the drive to go after what you really want. She says that anything can happen for yourself as long as you have the will, the discipline, and the energy to get there. And Jacqueline McHorse is proof of that. Co-creator with husband Angelo of Bison Star Naturals, she does wholesale account management, product design, website maintenance, social media marketing, direct sales, and more behind the scenes. Jacqueline began making her own soap in 2013 in between jobs at the Taos Ski Valley, dental offices, and feed stores. After she married and had a daughter, Jacqueline focused on turning her soap-making hobby into a business. Together, the team has grown the natural skincare business, selling at the Taos Farmers Market, various venues, and at their own little shop near the entrance to the Taos Pueblo, where husband Angelo is from. They are also currently in process of building from ground up with their own hands a warehouse and second space for their business. She advises others, don't get discouraged by others not believing in you, because if you truly believe in your vision, nobody but yourself can stop you. Enjoy the journey, she says, and focus on the present moment. She thinks it's important to fully enjoy where you are, even when you have a long road ahead. If there is something not bringing you happiness, you have the power to make changes in your life. Don't wait for anyone to do it for you or to give you permission. We congratulate you, Jacqueline, for your determination and entrepreneurial spirit, as well as your spirit of service. I want to share that a few weeks back, I placed an order for some lotions and hand soaps and bath salts from Bison Star Naturals. Not only did they hand deliver it to my doorstep, wearing a mask and social distancing, but as I dug through my bag of goodies from Bison Star, I found a personal handwritten note addressed to me from Jacqueline. And it was truly heartwarming and the first time that I have ever received something like that. So thank you, Jacqueline, and congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you. I am very humbled to be accepting this reward today, and I attribute, most of my success and Bison Star's success to the community of Taos. Our entire community is so supportive, and we couldn't be where we are today without each and every one of you. And for young women or young men who are looking to start a business, I highly encourage you to start something now. The time is now, and if you would like to get any guidance or assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're nothing but supportive of you and your endeavors, and I wish everybody health and well wishes, and don't forget to wash your hands and moisturize with Bison Star.
Thank you, and congratulations again to Jacqueline. Our next Taoseña Award recipient had a dream and vision of creating a school model that would be student-centered, yet run by teachers. Upon arrival to Taos, she, along with Tracy Jaramillo and Ellery Sims, additional educators, started developing what we now know as the Anansi Charter School, a unique public school where children develop their social and emotional skills alongside their academic skills. They learn to communicate, problem solve, self-advocate, and believe that they make a difference. It took 14 years for them to develop the school as we know today, serving kindergarten through 8th grade, building the beautiful and unique campus that they offer to students and their families. In 2018, Anansi Charter School was one of the 3 New Mexico public schools awarded a National Blue Ribbon for their work in closing the achievement gap for what are known as at-risk students. They went through a rigorous vetting process to be awarded the status of an international Ashoka, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, please correct me when you come up if I did not, Ashoka Changemaker School. The educational model of Anansi Charter School has been studied through the Ashoka Network and has been presented at an international conference for its work in the development of emotional intelligence. She shares this piece of advice. Attempt to maintain 100% presence wherever you are. Trust yourself. Listen to your inner voice. And go for what gives you joy in both work and life. We're fortunate as a community that Michele listened to her own inner voice. And thanks to that, we have the blessing of Anansi Charter School today. Please join me in welcoming and congratulating educator and visionary Michele Hunt. Thank you, Michele. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. All right. Sorry, don't knock that over. All right. I am so deeply honored and astounded by the opportunity to be included in such an award today. Amongst so many amazing women in Taos and also within the 8 of us who were selected. Since I first moved to Taos, I've always been impressed with the strong and powerful women of Taos and what they bring to the community and the difference that they make. To be honored and included with them is humbling, and also a deep gratitude and honor to me. So thank you, Taos News, Taos Chamber, and anyone else who was involved in helping to make this decision. I'm very, very honored, and thank you very much. I just would want to say that developing Anansi's never been a single vision of just one person. I've certainly stayed the course for a very long time in the process, but over the years there have been many passionate educators who've been involved in that process that I would want to include with me today, as well as talking just for a moment about the power and the resilience, and it's making me a little teary, of children, especially in the time we're in with COVID and the challenges we're having with school right now. So I have to say, hats off to all of our educators who are working so hard to keep education, resiliency, positivity alive in kids. It's a worthy endeavor, and I'm glad to be part of it, so thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. You're welcome. Thank you so much, Michelle. As an administrator in higher education, we are very well aware that the education begins in pre-K, and the value of the education at that early age is critical for their success into junior high, high school, into higher education and beyond. So we salute you, we applaud you and your work and your vision to make that school possible. Our next honoree, even just reading her name makes me smile, because I think about, as I pass down placitas every afternoon on my way home, the colorful and joyful play space and discovery space of Twirl. Nikki Ross, our next honoree, is one of the founding members of Twirl Play and Discovery Space. As we know, the unique place in Taos for children to explore, learn, and have fun. She started as a business consultant and then on to marketing and play space manager before becoming the executive director. She suggests that you find a way to do what you love and to love what you do, and speaks about a Japanese belief that your true purpose in life can only be found when you combine what you're good at with what you love, what you can make a living at, and what fulfills a need in the larger world. I think that really is epitomized and shines through in Nikki and the work that she does, that she genuinely loves what she does, and she's genuinely extremely good at what she does as well. Nikki's dedication to expanding the minds and imaginations of children doesn't stop with her work at Twirl Play and Discovery Space. She is also an active member of Paso a Paso, a network of community organizations serving families with young children from prenatal age to age 8 in Taos and Western counties. She also is a member of the Taos Women Give Collaborative, who had the very challenging task of going through all of those grant applications to come to the recipients that were announced earlier. One last piece of advice that she shares is do the right thing even when people aren't looking. You can't really go wrong if you act with integrity. It's a win-win situation. When I've observed Nikki when she didn't know I was looking, that's how I've seen her act, with integrity and grace. Please join me in welcoming Nikki Ross, our next Taoseña Award recipient. Congratulations, Nikki. Thank you.
Anita, thank you so much. That was lovely. It's left me a little more nervous than I was. I really appreciate your words. Thank you to the Taos News for this opportunity and the Taos Chamber. I was really also honored and surprised to receive this award this year, but when I thought about it, I realized that the award was really in recognition of Twirl and the presence that Twirl now has in the community of Taos. I've been with Twirl for 14 years, and I think in that time, our vision and our mission has really rippled throughout the community. And so I received this honour on behalf of Twirl. I also receive it on behalf of the amazing team of women that work with me. All of them are working mothers. I'm going to take a moment to name all of them because they really should be up here with me. So Anais Rumfeld is our marketing and place-based manager. Laura Evelyn is our retail manager. They have both been with Twirl for 14 years. Nina Silverberg, our community programs manager. Liana Bales, our school programs manager. Amber Vasquez, our early childhood programs manager. Kristen Swim, our finance director. Nancy Burt, our bookkeeper. All of these women, and especially through this COVID crisis, have really risen above and beyond to, in some ways, put their own families aside to continue to deliver and find creative ways to serve children in Taos. I've been so proud of the programs that we have been able to deliver during this time. So I really want to take a moment to say thank you to all of you. I love you. I think Twirl is all of us. Finally, I just want to say thank you to my two incredible daughters, Annabelle and Millie. You inspire me every day. My husband, Jake, and my family watching in England. My dad, I think it's 1 a.m. in the morning. I love you. I miss you. My sisters, my brother, and my family here. Thank you all. I'll put this.
Thank you so much, Nikki. And I think we all would agree that Twirl is an amazing play and discovery space. And even, I don't have any kids, but I love going by there and tinkering around with the displays and the toys, and I hope you don't mind me doing so. But I do want to point out that it is you, Nikki Ross, that received this recognition and the award today. And as much as we appreciate Twirl and the space and the opportunities that provides to families and youth in the community, it's you and your work and your presence in this community that brings you here today. So thank you for all that you are. It's such a pleasure to have with us our next guest, who is a talented photographer, an incredible organizer, and just a joy to be around. Debbie Lujan has co-coordinated the Taos Pueblo Powwow for 11 years with Richard Archuleta, and prior to that, she worked for 15 years as a volunteer for the powwow. Each event is a year-long undertaking for the two of them and just a handful of volunteers that put that event together. Additionally, Debbie is a self-employed, award-winning photographer from the Taos Pueblo who has shown her work at the Santa Fe India Market among other venues, and most recently during a virtual event that the Santa Fe Indian Market held. When asked what she would tell her 18-year-old self, she says that there is no timetable to achieve your life's goals. Expand your skill set. Do something that makes you happy. The gallery at the Pueblo, where she sells the landscape photography as Taos Pueblo, has recently shown at the Santa Fe Indian Market. Her influences in her life largely have been her parents. She feels fortunate that her parents live close by, and she considers them to be the foundation to her life in so many ways. Her piece of advice that she'd like to leave to the women watching today: work-life balance is based entirely on family. The importance of cultural life at the Taos Pueblo and taking care of health and well-being are vitally important. Living and working at the Taos Pueblo enables her to be fully ensconced in her community and culture, which is essential to who she is and keeps her grounded. It's my honor to welcome today and to join to the stage Debbie Lujan. Congratulations.
Thank you, Anita. Wow, thank you so much. This is a surprise. It's also something that is an honor to receive this distinction from the Taos News and the other organizations that are sponsoring this. And I'd like to say that the Taos Pueblo Powwow doesn't happen based solely on one person. It's an event that is attended by so many people, and when it goes smoothly, we don't think of what's going on in the background, that there are, there's the cogs that are working in the background, knowing that, there's no effort to it. But there is a lot of work, and it's not done just by one person or two people. It's actually the whole community. And we're very, very fortunate that we have some great volunteers. A lot of the community steps in to help out too. And we can't do it alone. So I'm very honored that I was thought of to be, the person to point out, to be a part of, to be distinguished. And I'm eternally grateful. And I couldn't have done this without my family, without my parents, Virgil and Shirley Lujan. And most of all, I would not have been able to do this without Richard Archuleta. Because of him, I would not have ever gotten involved with the powwow. And I never really had an interest in powwow, just only in the organization of it. And I've learned a lot over the years. I've learned, that there are, it's multifaceted, and it's also attracting the world to Taos Pueblo and also to Taos. And it was sad when it didn't happen this year. There was a lot of reminiscing, a lot of regret that it didn't happen this year, but a lot of things didn't happen this year. So we will proceed on and get ready for next year, and we are excited to move forward. And I want to thank the entire community for helping us out, and also hopefully that you'll be able to join us again next year. And thank you to the Taos News. Thank you to the other organizations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Debbie, and we certainly missed gathering at the powwow this year, but we look forward to coming together next year, if all goes well. So I was really excited to see our next recipient. I was hoping that she'd bring some samples from her place of business, but no such luck. So I guess we'll just have to go by later this evening and get some of those amazing enchiladas. Born and raised in Taos, such an amazing place, she says, to call home. Yvette Ortega learned from a very young age, hard work is what it takes to be successful. She worked many random jobs since she was 12. Babysat, cleaned windows, worked in a restaurant. She graduated Taos High, then lived in Albuquerque for a few years. Although she never went to college, she says it wasn't for her. She came back home to Taos looking for work to figure out her next move. As a young adult, she was not afraid to go door to door for looking for a position in retail and expand her experience. It was some years later that she and her now husband, Orlando, developed a relationship over some pretty good hot dogs at a cart on Bent Street. And I love hearing that story of love over a hot dog cart and how that grew. Pretty soon they owned that food cart and another one. After overcoming a car accident that left Orlando disabled for a while, they launched what would become one of the most popular restaurants in Taos. Yvette is co-owner and founder with husband Orlando of Orlando's, which exists now 24 years later. She says they have an incredible staff, some of who have been with them for many, many years, and the entire kitchen staff is the backbone. They thank their locals near and far who have been loyal and supportive for all these years. Without their customers, none of their success would have been possible. She says, don't be afraid to take chances. The biggest piece of advice is to start small, enjoy what you do, and believe in yourself. we're grateful that they've decided to take the chance to expand their seating area to the parking lot so we can still go and enjoy and do so safely. And one of my favorite chances that she's taken is that amazing avocado pie, which who would have thought that would be as delicious as it is. So just go by Orlando's and get some, and while you're there, congratulate and thank Yvette Ortega for her work and contributions in the community. Congratulations, Yvette. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Wow. Wow. I just want to say thank you. I am truly honored to be on this panel with some outstanding women. I stand here nervous, but I'm very thankful to call Taos my home, to be a true Taoseña. Through many things, the restaurant came to be. Like she said, 24 years, and it's been incredible. It's been an epic journey, not always easy, but the challenges that we have overcome have made me stronger, have made me believe that anything is possible. To those young that are out there listening, another piece of advice would be to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, yes, you may have people believing in you, but if you don't believe in yourself, nothing really matters. Dreams do come true, and it is possible. Small town, no college, it is hard work, and I am blessed to still feel as healthy and motivated. Through these crazy times right now with COVID, it has been quite a challenge. I want to thank our staff for being incredible and rising to these challenges. The changes are going on daily, but with our staff who is incredible, some who have been with us over 20 years. We have family, my mom, Orlando's sister, who have been with us over 20 years. A lot of kitchen, like I said, are our backbone, that too have been there 15, 18, 20 years. That is a true blessing in a small community where sometimes it is hard to find the employee pool to make things happen. So we are truly blessed, and my family is incredible. To have my family close by for the love and support through all these years, we are grateful. I do want to say that through these crazy challenges, we must have hope, and it is tough. We all have our stories. We all have things that we're all going through. Trying to be as creative as we can to make things happen. We're blessed that Orlando's can still function. Who knows what the future has to hold? I'm trying to be positive, but with hope, hopefully we see the light. Despite all of the darkness that is happening right now, I want everybody to try to believe that we will get through all of this. I want to give my thanks and gratitude to everybody here. I appreciate it. I am truly honored to be a part of this community and to have my friends and family close by. I couldn't do this without my husband. I know that today he said it's about you, but it's really about us. Our journey has been epic, and I wouldn't change anything. Through the challenging times, we have become stronger, we are more united, and it is truly a blessing. A few things that I want to just end with are, más amor, por favor. For those who don't know, more love, please. We need it right now more than ever. Be hopeful, be thankful, be prayerful. I think we'll all come out of this with those thoughts, It's been a reevaluation for all of our lives right now, and be strong. Thank you. I want to thank everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Más amor, por favor, indeed. I love that. I absolutely love that. So a little known fact about me is that in a previous life, in a previous place, I was in the restaurant and hospitality industry for a number of years. Not as an owner, but as a server and a manager, and I experienced a slice of the daily life that Yvette manages. And I'll tell you, it's one of the toughest and most demanding and most rewarding things I've ever done in my life. So I commend you for the work that you do to continue a successful and delicious restaurant. So congratulations. Our final recognition for the afternoon for today's ceremony has been an educator in Taos Municipal Schools for 27 years. Currently, she is the assistant principal at Taos High School and has been so for the last 11 years. She is a Taos High School varsity cheerleading coach and head coach of the Taos Extreme All-Star Cheer. She began coaching in 1993 at Taos Middle School and was a high school coach from 97 to 2003 and returned to coaching in the fall of 2012. Commitment and sacrifice are things that Lisa Abeyta-Valerio knows well. As both an assistant principal at Taos High and as a coach, she's helped dozens of girls achieve excellence through discipline and hard work. She's led the teams on to 6 state championships and many close seconds. She's done all of that while raising 4 children who are also athletes with her husband who is a coach. Her advice: build relationships, enjoy every moment, listen, work hard, and believe in your own power. She attributes her success first and foremost to her family, husband, children, parents, extended family and friends, her co-coaches and staff, the Taos High Athletic Director, Nikki McHorse, as well as the parents, school administrators, and the high school athletics departments. The list is endless, she says. The support that so many people provide her and the teams, she says, is the secret to their success. Build relationships, cherish the people in your life, in every stage of your life. And lastly, there's times in life that are hard, but going through it is worth it. Please join me in welcoming and congratulating Lisa Abeyta-Valerio. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. This is a huge honor, and I would, in the article itself, and you just reiterated, I have so many people that I could thank and recognize today, and go on and on and on. So I first would like to thank Taos News and all of the organizations that are recognizing the women of Taos. I am among some pretty powerful women, and every day I am thankful. And I never dreamed that I could be honored for coaching and doing something I love so much, and being able to hang out with so many powerful young women as well. And it's an honor. Every day is an honor. And I think most importantly, it's this community and the town of Taos that has always supported the kids here and our students. And this is my 28th year as an educator here in Taos, and it's been an interesting one. And I really miss the kids, and I'd like to shout them all out and say, hang in there. We'll be together again, and to stay strong and to have faith and just take one day at a time, do your best, never stop pushing, and all will be well. So I'd like to take a special thank you to my husband, Gilbert, who he sacrifices probably more than anybody, all the hours that are put into coaching. I don't know if anybody understands. It's a very time-consuming endeavor, and so I'd like to thank him and my 4 children and my parents, and especially the kids that trust, and their parents that trust me to be such an impact and part of their kids' lives. So thank you all, and I would like to thank all of you for being here in these circumstances. This is a huge honor, and I'm really, really thankful. So thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Lisa, and we look forward to the next season to cheer you all on. So those of us watching from home, that concludes our presentation today. I'd like to ask that you all join me in a virtual round of applause to our 8 awardees today. They're still sitting outside, so with the door open, they might be able to hear us. And before we close, I would like to take a minute to also honor the balance of the masculine and the feminine. And on behalf of the women that were recognized today, who have expressed thanks to the men in their life, to their husbands, to their fathers, their grandfathers, their brothers, uncles, cousins, and colleagues. Thank you for the support that you've given these women. And to all the women of Taos, whether you're an employer, an innovator, or an entrepreneur, whether you raise children or garden or run cattle, whether you run a nonprofit or you run a household, you are all educators. You are teachers, mentors, and role models for a generation of young women who, by observing the women around them, learn to nurture their own talent and strength to make a positive impact in our community. So we honor you, we celebrate you, and we thank you. Muchísimas gracias a todos, todas las mujeres. Thank you.
Thank you, Anita. Those are very powerful words to end our Taoseña Awards with. We appreciate all of you being with us today, and we hope that when you see these ladies, as we know you will, out in the community, doing their work, doing their volunteering, running their businesses, that you will give them a big thanks from at least 6 feet away, of course, wearing your mask. Again, many thanks to our sponsors, Kit Carson Electric Cooperative, Taos Community Foundation, State Farm Wanda Lucero, Taos County Chamber of Commerce, UNM Taos, and of course, Henry Lopez, who's been the man behind the camera, along with our reporter and videographer guy, Jesse Moya. We deeply appreciate it. And Anita Branges from UNM Taos for helping host this and doing such a marvelous job. Again, congratulations to the 8 women. They are all amazingly talented, and qué hermosa que podemos celebrar. Mujeres tan bellas, inteligentes y fuertes aquí en Taos. Thank you all. Have a great evening.